Okay, now the next part I want to talk about is with Menards, um like back when I was a cashier. Yes, there was an assistant general manager named JD. He was always happy to see me there working. Well, any of us. So, like when I was a cashier and part of my cart pushing days, I was also scared, terrified of another assistant of Amber says no longer there, and it was in Emma. Yeah, she started when I started there. She was for a real short time of my cashier time. She was a head cashier, so um, and she was always writing me up constantly every so many months. So after 1 month, 2 months of your coaching got over with, and all of a sudden you got slammed with another one for, and you're like, what? I did nothing wrong. And I guess like Stacy Edwards, who is a really nice lady, um, she had the same issue, or they kept writing her up, where she'd be cringing and acting like she was grieving and going, what again? But and that's the thing. Like when um with that one so with some of the customers, when they see you're pushing carts and you have to hurry up and fling them inside, some like one, and that's what happened to me. She ran on purpose in front of the other one, to wanting it to hit her so she could complain. Well, unknowingly to her, I got written up for no reason when that happened, because I said to them the truth. No one was there. She must have ran in front of it while that cart was moving on its own, because they were telling me to hurry up and get to the carry out, or else, basically. Yeah. And then during that time, an assistant of Amber's, Nicole, was sitting there, and she felt bad. I could tell from the look on her face. She is nice though, Um, she felt bad when Assistant General Manager Craig sat in, and he was chewing me out, saying, "You gotta learn better with guest services." And I'm like, I already know how to do well with customer service. I've been doing it for so many years. I told him flat out I never had any complaints like this working at other retailers, and they acted like I was lying. He did. And at the time, Assistant Dan, Manager Dan, was all of a sudden making me cry because he was threatening to fire me in front of both of them. And um, Assistant Nicole was trying to calm me down because she could tell I was crying. So, yeah. And I don't know, but yeah. And her eyes got big when she heard I was trained for supervisory. Because I'll tell you this, I did have complaints before from other supervisors when I was at Shopko about basically my employees telling them off. Like the front end one told me one time at Shopko that the boys that were under me told her that they already knew how to cashier, knew what they were doing, and she said they didn't know what they were doing. They think they do, but they don't. And that she knows more than they do because she's been cashiering longer than them. So, the other thing is with the story, um, you know, even I've had customers literally, like I said before, call me stupid and idiot and all that, and called me death. Because there are times where I can't hear over the racket of the shopping carts, let alone the rails. So here's another thing that I've had happen where, like, Assistant Bobby said, why don't you walk real slow with them rails when you're bringing them into places so you can hear over them? You can't, because it's like if you're walking real slow like a turtle. Yeah. And here's what Walmart told us. They would call you a stockman if you're a cart pusher. Courtesy associate, cart attendant. Yeah. So, and they at Menards would call you carry out. So, it means the same thing. Basically, what Walmart said is your job is to retrieve carts and do carryouts. That is it. You don't have to give any customers a shopping cart. That is what they told us flat out. They said, and you better be bringing them in fast, and you are not allowed to turn down carryout, they said to me. Yeah, that's Walmart for you. So, even now, here's another interesting story I was told too at Menards. So they were chewing me out for not getting to the carryouts that fast before. When I got first thrown into the job, basically, that I turned down is that, I said, I guess Laura said, you're going too slow. Oh, wherever you are with the carts, even if you're in the middle of the road, just drop the carts and get to the carry out. Even if your load of carts are right in the middle of the road, basically in front of that main road in front of the indoor and the two outdoors, that road going across. She wanted me to leave a load of carts in the middle of that road and go do the carry out. And that's a no-no, because I'm like, no, you can't do that. You would have a customer on your hands that would complain. And and just like Walmart said, you can bring in them carts or whatever back. The customer can wait for you 5-10 minutes. They will be sitting there at that register waiting for you. We don't want you to slip, trip, or fall. Yeah, that is what Walmart said. And at Walmart, I always had customers smiling, and they would wait for me that long, and they would stay at the register that I was called to. They never walked out the door, and there was never a wild goose chase. Too, because and I really did overhear this once. A CSM told a customer this. If you walk out the door and you don't wait for the stockman that we called to help do the carryout for you, you are risking doing the carryout on your own, because they will not know where you are. We